Hello, we're coming to you from Iowa today, and I want to make a video about the Dave Ramsey baby steps. And where I see a huge problem with baby step 1 and 2. So first of all, bear with me as it's really hot out here, so there's quite a bit of a wind, about 90 degrees outside here in Iowa during one of these hot, humid Iowa summers. So I was kind of thinking about this for a while, and I wanted to make a quick video. We'll see how long, if we can keep this under 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes, we'll see. But I definitely was having some huge issues with some of the Dave Ramsey baby steps. Now, to preview this, I'm a huge Dave Ramsey fan. I've been following him on and off for about 10 years or so, 10-15 years maybe even. Of course, I'd grown up listening to him as a kid, but I didn't really start to pay attention to him around like 2010 in that ballpark. So I think he's done a lot of good. Obviously, he knows his stuff. He has helped probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people get out of debt, and to follow his baby steps, and of course to really gain that financial independence that a lot of us are looking for. So many of us find ourselves in dire straits because of financial reasons that it affects other parts of our life, our relationships, our career, and certainly even our health as well. Is something that a lot of Americans stress over. So I think by most recent counts, the average consumer credit card debt in America is around $7,000-8,000 per capita per person. So I mean, that's extraordinary that you have a great media personality like Dave Ramsey, who is mainstream, going around telling people strategies that they can use to minimize their debt and to really become financially independent, I think is the best word for it. So the point of this video, my huge problem with baby step 1 and 2, and again, forgive me for the wind, is he tells people they should stop investing in their 401k. And again, this is a huge problem, because for every year that you don't invest in your 401k, the chances of you retiring independently decrease because of the effects of compound interest. So you might lose 2, 3, 4 years of trying to get out of debt, but or you're trying to get out of debt and you're losing your 401k contributions. And a lot of those companies, they do match 3%, 4%, 5%, or whatever the case may be. I worked part-time at Walmart, and even though it's a meager salary or pay, they were certainly matching 6% of whatever we would make, and that would go for the managers, coaches, team leads, etc. So you have people who could come in off the street, get a team lead role, theoretically, making $50,000 a year after overtime, a little bit of that, and maybe a little bit of a pay bump, and 6% of company match on a $50,000 salary. If they were following Dave Ramsey's baby steps 1 and 2, they would be missing out on that company match. Again, the other thing is, you've said it's not the time, or timing the market, is time in the market. So of course you're losing all that time where you would otherwise be gaining compound growth, right? So let's say if you have $10,000 of credit card debt, another $10,000 of student loan debt, and let's just say $10,000 of a car loan, okay? You're losing out, that's $30,000, so you would be losing out. Let's say you can get $10,000 paid a year, so let's just say 3 years, you would be losing out by following Dave Ramsey's baby step 2 by not contributing to your 401k. So again, if the S&P 500 averages 10% or maybe even 9%, of course Dave Ramsey says you can get 12. Of course it's possible, but he doesn't really include all the factors such as load fees and such as some of the maintenance fees that you have with some of those high-end mutual funds, or the Class A mutual funds. I think they're called 403B fees. I forget. But yeah, so certainly you can get at least 10% rate of return. Okay, so if you are paying off your debt for 3 years and you had stopped investing a single penny, not only are you losing quote unquote free money, assuming you're vested in that company. Most companies require you to stay there for at least a year before you are quote unquote vested, meaning if you left, you would be entitled to that company contribution. So you think you're missing out on that free money, you're also missing out on the growth. So why are you doing this? And it violates, again, time in the market, not timing the market. So you're losing 3 years, but you're also losing the main idea that investors and financial advisors have always said, which is to always make sure that you pay yourself first, right? And again, the other huge problem with this too is that what Dave Ramsey does, he doesn't consider that most people, if they do reduce their debt or if they do get out of debt, that is a fluid thing. It doesn't always just go in one direction. You might get out of debt and then suddenly you're faced with a horrible boss and you get fired. You get laid off from work. You have a medical condition, a medical issue. Your insurance company drops you. There's all kinds of issues around insurance companies and people losing coverage, and now suddenly they're sitting with a $5,000-$10,000 medical bill. These are huge problems, and the thing is, if you spend 3, 4, 5 years and you don't contribute to your 401k, you don't contribute to a Roth IRA, and all you are doing is simply paying off debt, and maybe you do get out of debt, but guess what? It's just as easily for you, in fact, easier for you to get back in debt because life happens. Look at the divorce rate. How many people go through divorce? What if you have kids and, of course, you have a bitter custody fight with your ex-spouse, and now suddenly you have lawyer fees to pay and you're in debt because of that, and you know you had to spend 3 or 4 years getting out of debt. And again, Dave Ramsey doesn't necessarily consider all these factors when he tells you to stop everything and only focus on carrying out that plan to get out of debt. Okay, again, baby step 1, save $1,000. Baby step 2, pay off all debt but the house and stop investing on his baby step 2. It's wrong. No, max out your 401k contribution if you can, and then get as much as you can into that Roth IRA. I think here we are in 2025, so I believe the IRS allows you to contribute $7,000 per year. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is horrible advice. Even if you were to do $500, a year, something as simple as that, we're talking $20 a month, $25 a month. That's still something that you're contributing, but my goodness, do not stop contributing. There's that old film, Glengarry Glen Ross, where Alec Baldwin goes in there and he's given the whole salesperson spiel and he talks about the ABCs, right? What is it? Always be selling or not selling. I forget what the C stood for. Closing. Always be closing. So, let's take those ABCs and let's say ABC, always be contributing. You have to contribute to your Roth IRA. You have to contribute to your 401k. I don't care if you're in debt or not in debt. You have to pay yourself first. Now, let's say instead of doing, $200 a month, maybe you only want to contribute $25 or $50 a month into your Roth IRA. It's something and it's better than nothing. You have to contribute. So I get what Dave Ramsey is doing. His whole strategy is momentum based, but again, he doesn't factor in the point that debt is dynamic, and also the fact of how much compound interest you can lose by lowering the amount of time that you have in the market. And also the other psychological factor of that too is you're building up good habits. You're building up good habits by getting a Vanguard account, by getting a Fidelity account or a Robinhood account or a Charles Schwab, or even going to your neighborhood local Edward Jones and getting a Roth IRA and saying, hey, put $50 a month into this. I don't care whether I have $10,000 in credit card debt, $10,000 in car debt, and $10,000 in student loan debts, okay? Trust me on this. You have to contribute. So again, I love Dave Ramsey, but he is very wrong on this. I think his heart's in the good place. He'll tell you that he's helped millions of people get out of debt, and certainly that's true. But again, he is not considering the fact that so many people struggle, and a lot of people, their debt journey is not just a static thing. So please, if you are a fan of Dave Ramsey, if you do follow his baby steps, great. I would encourage them. I think they're great, but do not stop contributing to your 401k and your Roth IRA when you are in baby steps 1 and 2. So what do you think? Please post in the comments. That'll help my channel out, and also be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. So I appreciate your time and watching. Again, go check out some of Dave Ramsey's videos. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? So again, thank you for watching. Take care.